Growing up as a nice Jewish girl. I mean, it is really my dream to be screaming hallelujah. Praise God. God is so good all the time. Man, I feel it in this community. I feel it today. I don't have my glasses. I forgot them. Oh well. You're a beautiful blur. Good morning, Unity of Renaissance. I've been hearing about you for years, not only because I know Richard from the Posse world, but also because you might remember Christy Lene, who came to visit you. She's one of my dear, dear friends, and she said, oh, those people are awesome. You're going to have such a great time, and you're kind of famous in the Unity world. So it is my deepest pleasure to be here, particularly this week, as I said to Alicia, that I want to sprinkle some gold fairy dust for Reverend Claudia to come next week. You guys, come on! So exciting. So big. I honor you in your journey of choosing a new minister. I mean, I know how exhausting and exciting and all of it is. So mazel tov, as my people say. So let's get to my talk. I have a talk, and it's called, let's see if I can do it. Can I do it? Oh, do I not have it? Oh, yeah, I do, okay. Abracadabra, the magic of practicing new thought. Now, I had to have a fabulous fairy, because happy Pride. Happy Pride. Before we go into abracadabra and what that means, I want to talk a little bit quickly about what I mean by magic. So I don't necessarily mean occult magic, but I'm not angry at occult magic. It's pretty cool. But what I mean is the definition of magic. I love words and I love playing with words. So I was looking up what the definition of magic is. And it's a noun, it's an adjective, and it's a verb. So as a noun, it's the power of apparently influencing the course of events by using mysterious or supernatural forces. It's kind of what we do here. It's not supernatural, though, because it's all natural, right? But still, I like that definition. And then adjective is used in magic or working magic having apparently supernatural powers or wonderful or exciting. What a magic moment. I love that. I love the adjective. And that's kind of what I want to talk about here, because the adjective of magic in New Thought is living a life that is exciting and wonderful and fulfilling and joyful. Here are some synonyms for magic, and I want to affirm these for us. Enchanting. Say, my life is enchanting. Marvelous. My life is marvelous. Magnificent. Glorious. Amazing. Tremendous. I mean, these words are so good. I love it. What about this one? Amazeballs. It's in the dictionary. Smashing. Bodacious. Radical. Divine. The last one on the list is divine. And isn't that what we're here to talk about? If you've come to Unity teachings, you know that we are on the cutting edge of consciousness, that we are here knowing that not only are we growing along with nature because that's what nature does, but we have the gift of being aware of the divine consciousness that is in us, and we can grow ourselves consciously. That is magic. That's the magic I'm talking about. But before I go on to, abracadabra. I guess, are you moving my slides for me, Boo? Who's my slide mover? It's magic. Before I gotta show you abracadabra comes from the Hebrew abracadabra. How cool is that? Which means, I will create as I speak, right? What about that, right? I will create as I speak. The word, that comes down to the word. Using our words to create our lives, our thoughts become, they're words, they're couched in words. That's why I like to play with words when I speak. So the next word that I wanted to teach you, I think is next. I'm not sure if my slide is next. No, okay. So this quote is the magic I'm talking about. And this is Dion Fortune. Who here has heard of Dion Fortune? Okay, we've got a couple people. I did not know who she was. I heard an amazing minister named Reverend Guy Williams out on the West Coast talk about Dion Fortune, and I looked her up. She had a place called the Fraternity of Inner Light. How much do you love that? Back in the 1920s and 30s over in England, she was like into the occult, into magic, but really into consciousness. And she says that magic is the art and science of the change of consciousness through the will. And what's interesting for us here is that we're not trying to manhandle our consciousness here in Unity, but I think this is the closest definition of magic that I could find. So I thought that was good. So before I go into my magical talk, which as you can see, I'm a newly minted minister, so this is really, really fun for me. So thank you again for letting me like spread my little ministerial wings. Should I just tell you what I need us to have the next slide? Or okay, should I put this down? Am I being silly? See, that's perfect. I think I'm controlling things, right? I'm not. Okay. And who's running my slides? I'm blind. What's her name? Brenda. Hi, Brenda. How are you? Thank you for running my slides. Okay, so what I'm going to do for you is some prestidigitation. Can you just say that word? Prestidigitation. It's like my favorite new word, partly because my hilariously brilliant Jewish mother, who is just one of those people that you watch Jeopardy with and it's maddening because she knows every answer. She totally was pretty much a housewife growing up, though, you know. She's brilliant. And she was like, oh, you're doing a talk about magic. You should use the word prestidigitation. I was like, what? She's like, you don't know the word prestidigitation? So I had to look it up, and I thought, what a cool word. It means sleight of hand. And I love to break down words. Presto is from Italian, which means fast. Digit is the fingers, right? And tation is like the action, so fast magic of the hands. And prestidigitation is what I'm going to do for you now. I'm going to do a little magic trick. Okay, so can we bring the lights down at all so that you can't see what I'm doing? Is that possible? Is anybody can like dim the lights? Dim all the lights, sweet darling. Okay, so who here believes that I can make this thing float? Anybody? You ready? You believe? You were dancing. I was loving your hands. Okay, so can I hear you say abracadabra? Abracadabra. Or how about abracadabra? Abracadabra. What comes next? Thank you. Ah, did you see it? Did you see that it was floating? Did you see it? Okay. And the battery kind of went out too. Okay, so magically the battery went out. So I wanted to do a trick because I thought it would be fun. I thought it would be kitschy and cool and cute to do a trick during a talk. So I ordered the trick off Amazon and it arrived and it's really hard. Like after the talk, if anybody wants to come up here and play with my wand, I invite you to because it's really hard. And I felt like, oh, that's perfect that it's hard because that's what my talk's about. My talk's about the practice of new thought. It is not a poof. Oh, sorry, you were right. Who was that told me that, Gail? Poof, boom, 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 boom. Let me get some reinvents. Where was I? It's hard. Life is hard. No. It's when you have belief systems that are so entrenched, that are so there from the years of your upbringing, whatever it is, or the stories that you've told yourself over the years, to uproot them and to practice new thinking, new thought, it can take practice. And the more we practice, the better we get. Any musicians here? Any musicians here or artists here? The more you paint, the more you play, the more you practice, the better you get. All of a sudden, you start to play the scales and your fingers are dancing on the piano and you couldn't even number what goes where, you know? And that's kind of what this teaching is. Who here is very new to this teaching? Anybody? Keep coming and get in class and get excited about it, because it changed my life completely. And who here can raise their hands and say that these teachings gave them a marked amount of different life than you had before you started practicing the stuff, right? And it's because we're sort of brought into the society that doesn't really tell us that we can be happy, that we can have like really sustained happiness and sustained joy. And that's the magic of practicing New Thought. So may I have the next slide? Thank you. Magic. I thought it was so cool how similar magic is to New Thought. Now, by magic here, I mean like David Copperfield magic. Who here loves like that kind of magic? Love it. My first love was a magician, you guys, between us. He could do like the moving the coins and floating the dollar bills and stuff. Blew my mind. It was so amazing. And he would tell me it took him hours and hours and hours of practice. If you see people who can do, card tricks and stuff like that, hours and hours and hours. So some of the things that magic they do is production and vanishing. So like they'll pull a rabbit out of a hat or they'll make something disappear. What we call that in New Thought is manifesting, right? Like creating something out of nothing, demonstrating in our lives, and then vanishing away the stuff that doesn't work. The I'm not enough, the I have lack, those old thoughts that I'm talking about in the song that I just sang. Free to turn it around, turn away from it, vanish it out. May I have the next slide? Another thing that magic, the similarities, I just thought it was so cool how similar magic is to New Thought. Transformation and restoration. So in magic, they can transform like a dollar bill into a dove, right? Like watch this thing transform, and then restore, like they can, cut the assistant in half, and then all of a sudden she's back together. And that is what we do here too. We transform our lives through the power of our consciousness, through the power of our prayer, through the power of our feelings, of our beliefs. Through the practice of that, we transform our lives. Amen? And we restore back to the truth. That's the truth, right? The truth is that you're already whole. I watched a video of here, and I catch myself all the time saying the word heal. But that's not what we're doing here. Because if something is to be healed, something has to be broken in the first place. So really we teach a revealing more than a healing. And we know that, and the word, again, words, it's just a word, healing, but I was watching something here and somebody was speaking about healing and healing and healing, I'm healing. No, we're not. We're revealing the perfection, the healing, the wholeness that's beneath the condition of whatever it is. The crappy job, the relationship that's not working, because if you look at it, I'll use a relationship for an example. A relationship feels like it's broken, it's shattered, it's not going to work out. Well, when you get into these teachings and you look underneath the underneath, you can find the perfect love that's there, and it will reveal the truth, and there will be love. I mean, who here has been in a long-term relationship and used these principles to find the truth, to look for the good, to focus upon? She's like, oh, I do it every day. I do it every day. Thank you. Appreciate you being honest about that. Okay, may I have the next one? And this is the final slide about the similarities between magic and New Thought. I just thought it was fun. Do you think it's fun? Yeah. I hope you do. Okay. Escape and prediction. Right here we have Houdini, who is a nice Jewish boy. I didn't know till my mother told me. He would chain himself up and stick himself in the water and escape magically. So amazing. And of course, prediction, I know a card you're holding in your hand, right? That's magic. But we do that here. We do that here by escaping. And it could be in a moment. You feel yourself going down that dark road. You feel yourself going into that fear, that doubt, that worry, whatever it is, you're having a tough moment. You can escape just like that. Just like that. You can say, God, take this. Highest self, help me out of this. Know the truth for me. Remind me of who I am. Remember who you are. And then to predict, what do we say to predict in New Thought? All is well. We predict that. We know that. We say that. We speak that. We believe that. We turn away from the condition. I had a really fun week this week because I came up in New Thought teachings, mostly science of mind. So I read a lot of Ernest Holmes and I read a lot of Thomas Troward, and you probably know these names, but you all here are more the Fillmores and Frances Scovel. What's her name? Scovel. She's fabulous. And I was reading more of that this week, and it was so beautiful to get involved with that. And there was a thing I'm 50. I forget what I'm saying in the middle of what I'm saying. All is well. Oh, about turning away from the condition. Turning away. Denial. We deny. We're like, deny, deny, deny. And it's not sticking your head in the sand. It's saying, I'm going to look at the good. I am not going to look at that presidential debate. I watched it, but I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it, and I'm going to look for the good in it. I'm going to look for what supports my vision of a world that is compassionate and loving and filled with truth. That's what I'm going to look for. And that's where I'm going to place my vote. And this is not a political talk by any stretch. But you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't look away. We just look toward the good. And boy, can that be challenging in this climate, right? But that's what we do. That's what you're charged to do. And you can say, like, I'm done with this. I don't feel like doing this anymore. I'm going to go back to, like, the world of complaining, worrying, and fear. I'm totally done with this New Thought stuff. But, like, if you've stumbled in here, I'm so sorry. It's hard to forget that you are a conscious, creative influence on your life. It's hard to forget that. And it's hard when you have friends that help you to not forget that. But I think that's what we're here for. We're here for that for each other. That's what community is for, to say, you know what, you're complaining. I've heard you say that same complaint 4 times. I love you, but like, what's the positive here? What can we do? All right, let's go to the next slide. What's happening? Oh, I've got a quote from Ernie. Okay, Ernest Holmes says, expectancy speeds progress. Expectancy speeds progress. This is what I'm talking about when I talk about the consciousness being our purposeful growth. Therefore, live in a continual state of expectancy. No matter how much good you are experiencing today, expect greater good tomorrow. Try this, let's say it, magic of expectancy, and you will soon discover a dramatic side to your work. He means your prayer work, your practice, your work, which gives full vent to constructive feeling. I love this idea of full vent, especially right now, right? You get in the car, you turn the full vent on, and it's like whoosh, right? You give full vent to a constructive life. We talk a lot about what's good and bad, and that we don't believe in that here. We really don't. We really believe in constructive and destructive. And we are consciously constructing, consciously creating. May I have the next slide? Okay, so I love a good acronym. Who doesn't, right? Especially when you're teaching or talking about something. Hopefully you'll take this acronym away from today. And the first 2 letters are the most important. Magnify absolute. Magnify absolute greatness and consciousness. This is the big sort of takeaway from today. To magnify, to focus upon, to look at the greatness that you are in your consciousness, through your consciousness. May I have the next slide? Or you can say it this way, remember who you are. Tell somebody, remember who you are. Remember who you are. Remember who you are. Tell somebody. Ernest Holmes says this, you are an eternal being, now on the pathway of endless unfoldment. Never less, but always more yourself. Life is not static. I'm talking like this because I'm so excited. Life is forever dynamic, forever creating, not something done and finished, something alive, awake, aware. There is something within you that sings the song of eternity. Listen to it. I always think about, like a flower being like, I don't feel like it. Like, they really, like, there's no choice there. We get a choice. Expected. May I have the next slide? So I had to do this sort of magical acronym a few times to give us different G's. Magnify absolute gratitude and goodness, right? Absolute. Now, when I say absolute, do you guys talk about the absolute in Unity? So the absolute is like the universal. So there's the absolute in Science of Mind and the relative. So there's the little sort of circumstances of your life, but then there's the absolute truth of who you are, right? So when we magnify the absolute, it's almost like we zoom out and zoom in at the same time when we're magnifying the absolute truth that we are divine and that we are made of love. I mean, inside the inside of the inside, all there is love. That's it. It's all, call it love. Love is, what is love? Love is energy. Love is the infinite potentiality of life. If you don't believe that what you appreciate appreciates, then you're not paying attention. When we focus upon the gratitude in our lives, we begin to experience more prosperity, more fun, more joy. Amen? I mean, do you feel it? It's like it rolls. It starts as the law of inertia. It's the law of prosperity. It's the law of reciprocation. It's this beautiful practicing of gratitude. Gratitude's sort of becoming a little bit of a buzzword now that's almost overblown. It's like live, laugh, love. You know what I mean? Gratitude, have gratitude. But like really, when you can feel it, when you can feel that gratitude inside your bones, and when you make those who makes gratitude lists? I do it. I do it almost daily, and I encourage you to do it. And if you don't do it on writing it down, just in your mind, especially if you find yourself frustrated in traffic, waiting in the doctor's office, upset with your partner, not sure what to do next. If we get into that vibration, that conscious vibration of gratitude, it just becomes clear. Like, I know what I want to do. I know where I want to be. Amen? Amen? May I have the next slide? Love only. That's another way to say it. My teacher is James Mellon. I've been quoting him here. James Mellon says, remember who you are, love only, and forgive everything. Forgive everything. That's Jesus. Forgive it all. Let go. Let him off the hook. Even the big Trump guy. Sorry. Let him off the hook. He's doing his best, man. He is a master manifester, that guy. Dr. Joseph Spencer says, when we nourish and sustain gratitude and give others the opportunity to do the same, we can touch and change so many lives. We can heal ourselves, reveal the truth about ourselves. We can heal others. We can reveal the truth about others. And we can, one person at a time, change the world. Don't you love like when you're having a conversation with someone and they are going into that worry, complain, fear, energy, vibration, and you bring it back to gratitude like slyly? Oh my gosh, I'm so grateful that you came over to talk about this with me. It's like a mind flip, right? And you start to change it. Oh, you are? I'm so glad that you came here to listen. I'm here to listen. I'm here to witness for you. I'm so glad. And so also, did you see that light? Look at the light. Look at the light, look at the light. Okay, what do I have for the next slide? Let's see here. How am I closing this out? Oh yeah, magnify absolute growth in consciousness. So again, this is this conscious growing. We're in summertime, we're in the full bloom, we're blooming it out, blooming our lives, Don't be afraid of growing a little bit. And growing can be a little bit painful sometimes. I have a feeling that you're about to grow here. You're about to bring in a big human fertilizer. She is Miracle Grow, okay? I watched her, right? And it's going to be awesome, but it might be a little uncomfortable. Like we talked this morning about how if you've been around a center or a church when there's a new minister, some people leave because they just can't, they're not willing. So I want to implore you, I want to invite you, I want to excite you that if you are tempted to leave, don't. Don't. Go deeper into your principles. Go deeper into the love. Go deeper into showing up for her. She is going to, I'm sure she's going to be amazing, but it's going to be hard for her to take this on. This is big, right? Although I know she walked the Camino, so if anybody can walk the Camino, she can do anything. So that's for you, Rev Claudia, if you're watching now. So excited for her. What's my next slide? Do I have one? Okay, so it's the 3G network today. It's not the best network, because I think we're up to 5G now, right? But the 3G network and magnifying the absolute is greatness, gratitude, and growth. And this is my call for you. I like to leave you with something to do for a week. You can do this as you practice getting ready for Reverend Claudia. So every morning when you wake up, first thing you do, first of all, raise your hand and say, I pledge to do this, even before you know what say I pledge to do this. Trust me, trust me. Say, I am greatness. And then you're going to list something great about yourself. I'm creative. I'm beautiful. I want to hear some great things about you.
It's my birthday!
Happy birthday! This is your birthday song. It isn't very long. Happy birthday. So you are a Cancerian, just like me, July 17th. Give that woman a hug, because we need lots of hugs, Cancers. We need hugs. Happy birthday. Don't know where I was. Where was I? I feel so free. 3. Okay, yeah. Oh, I'm greatness. Okay, I was waiting to hear about greatness. What's great about you? I'm smart. Brave. What was it? Losing weight. Me too. Survivor twice. Come on. I see I'm blind, so I'm deaf. It's weird. Like if you can't see, you can't hear. Shout it out. Another survivor. Give it up for the survivors and the thrivers. We love you. So glad you're still here with us on this physical plane. This is awesome. I am great. You are great. If you don't know how great you are, practice it this week. I am great. I am greatness. I am tired. No, I am great. I am getting up for coffee. I'm a great coffee maker. Right? And then for gratitude, and I'm grateful. I'm great. I'm grateful. Shout out some things you're grateful for. Let's hear it. Another day. My kids. Ooh, right? We can swim in gratitude. Unity. I love that. Being grateful for this space and this place will make it even more rich for you. It really will. And I know there's always personalities in churches. I get it. Just enjoy each other. It's a family. It's your chosen family. And then growth. I am growing. And then each day I want you to say, I am willing to grow into something you want more of. So what do you want more of? Fitness. Time. Peace, love. I'm growing in patience. I'm growing in time. I'm available. I have all the time I need. I'm growing in the awareness of that, whatever that is. So did you pledge to me? Yes. Okay, great. So I'm going to go over to the piano and we're going to do a little meditation. I don't know if I went a little long, but thank you so much for letting me. And what I want you to do for this meditation time is just close your eyes. And I want you to think about love, first of all. I want you to bring the conscious awareness of love into your heart. Breathe into that feeling of love. And now imagine that you are love itself, and it shows up as a little caterpillar, and you're inching along in a beautiful day, beautiful summer day. All of a sudden you get this feeling that love is surrounding you and filling you, and you begin to feel something sort of wrapping around you. Feel like something's hugging you, the universe is hugging you, love is holding you, you're being wrapped in love. Feel that. Feel yourself being held by love. And then imagine that something in you just lets go. You just dissolve. All your old ideas are eliminated. You just sort of become a pile of goo, wrapped in love. Feels so good just to let go and know that something new is coming, something beautiful that is your life. And then your imagination begins to sing as you notice that there's a divine urge to break free. And so you stretch that love that surrounds you and you push at the edges. You feel yourself breaking free. You are the love now. And you have wings. You test them out. You begin to flutter your wings. And you move up, 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 up. It's a beautiful day and you're flying. And you look down. And you see the human form of yourself doing something that you love. What is it? Are you fishing? Are you shopping? Are you with family? Are you resting? Are you eating something delicious? This butterfly falls upon your nose and you look at yourself fully expressed and joyful. And you just sit in the space of love for a moment in silence. Abracadabra. You are life. And we let the spirit flow. Unfolding love, your unfolding love, your unfolding love. one of my favorite songs, so. Thank you.